Yo, bass dudes on YouTube. Here we are for another gear check. Welcome. Today I'm here with a Torillo Fargo 5-string. Tom Torillo is a guy from Germany. He was born in Berlin and now has his workshop in Weimar in Eastern Germany. And he founded his company in 2016. So he's kind of new on the market, kind of because he builds basses for decades. He built his first bass like 25 years ago or something, and made instruments for friends and on custom order. He just founded his company 2 years ago. So he has experience. He worked for a lot of, maybe not a lot of, but some other guitar builders. He worked for a violin luthier, so he knows his way around woods and around machinery and tools and all that stuff. And on top of that, Tom is a professional bass player. So he's a studio bass player. He plays live, of course. And so he knows about what a bass player needs and what he wishes for. So the Fargo, as you can see, is inspired, I'd say, by the Fodera Emperor 2. Although this bass here is a little sharper around the edges. So the shapings here are not Fodera-like. That's more, it's a little sharpened up, I'd say. But not only the overall look, but also the use of many different woods, as you can see here, might be inspired by other brands, Fodera, maybe Alembic. But there's nothing bad about that, right? So learning from the greats is always a good thing. So what we have on the Fargo is a neck-through construction with body wings from ash and a quilted maple top. And the blue burst finish, the satin blue burst finish, makes the quilt of the maple really look three-dimensional, and that really looks like deep sea, which I like. That's fine. In the top you can see a small strip of ebony. On the back you can of course see the neck through construction, and you can see the center here is made from red alder. In between you can see ebony. Of course the fingerboard also is made from ebony. For the neck itself he used maple and padauk. And interesting enough, the headstock was joined to the neck in between the 0 fret and the 1st fret. You can see that here. And the headstock also is made from ash with a small veneer of ebony in between. Of course, we have a matching headstock, so we have a top of quilted maple on the headstock too. Electronic-wise, Tom chose for Aguilar on this very model. He's got different options pickup-wise and also electronic-wise. But this one has Aguilar pickups and the Aguilar OBP3 preamp. Meaning we have 3 controls, which is treble, mids, and bass. The mid frequencies are switchable. That's 400 Hertz, and if you pull it, it's 800 Hertz. Besides that, we have volume and we have balance. So there's no passive option on this one. Although Tom loves to build passive instruments, this one is completely active. 24 frets, we have a 0 fret, we have a nut made from bone, and yeah, so far everything looks nice. Hardware-wise, Tom went for kind of like an unusual bridge. This is a Schaller 2000 bridge. This is not built anymore. So Tom, right now as we speak, is designing his own bridge. But this one is the Schaller 2000. It is countersunk into the body, into the top. And for tuners, he uses Clusen. So that's the details for the Fargo 5. The craftsmanship in this instrument is really, really good. As you can see here, the woods and the sanding and everything is done really, really good, pretty well. I don't have much to complain. There's a little thing I'd like to say about the lacquering. Maybe not about the lacquering, but about the fretwork. If you go around the edges of the fretboard, you can feel some of the frets. And that causes the lacquer on the edges to crack, as you might see here or there. That's happening, of course, when the wood works due to climate change, and the frets doesn't. The frets come out of the wood and the lacquer cracks. That's happening, but on an instrument costing €5,500, I don't want to see that in the first place, right? So when I get that out from the shop, I would like to have it nice and clean. So yeah, let's hear what we have. First of all, we have a 5-string, and I really like to check out if the B string compared to the other strings is kind of equal. What do you think? I think the B string is a little dense or underexposed compared to the other strings. It's not a lot, and of course it's nothing you cannot handle with a boost at 40 hertz from the Aguilar Electronics. Here you are, of course, but when everything's neutral and no boost, no cut, no nothing, to me it seems a little underexposed. Okay, then of course we want to hear what we have, right? So I now first go to the neck pickup. I always mix it up. I always want to say bridge and neck, but I always have to remind myself of this is the neck pickup and this is the bridge pickup, depending on the side they are mounted to the instrument, right? It's not that complicated, but we're on the neck pickup now, this one, okay? Got it? Okay, we're here. I boost the bass a little, just a little, because the bass boost is heavy. So I just boosted a little and then just fool around to hear what it sounds like. Okay, let's cut the bass a little and play the same. That's a difference, right? And it was, like I said, it's just a little. So back to 0, we boost the mid frequencies at 400. And now we're at 800. Mids back to normal, treble boost. I like the Aguilar electronics, although I think the bass boost is a little too much, but I like the frequencies. I like the choice of frequencies because it's very fine, it's very detailed. So we still have been on the neck pickup, this one, and we now move on to the bridge pickup. Okay, everything flat, no boost, no cut. Now I am on both pickups. I boost the bass a little again and I boost the high frequencies here. And let's hear what it's got slap-wise. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Torillo Fargo 5-string bass. Of course, as usual, you find all the links in the description below. If you like what you saw or what you heard, you might want to visit Tom Torillo at the Guitar Summit this year, 2018 in September, which is happening in Mannheim. As he is kind of new to the scene, at least with his company, you'll hear from him in the future, because this one is definitely a well-made instrument, a very, very good instrument, and he'll make his way, definitely. So, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for your subscription to the channel. Thanks for your like. See you next week. Bye.